it's JG with Earth 5D University, back for another teaching. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we talk about raising our frequency, raising our consciousness through real life experiences, bringing high frequency into everyday life to create expansion, to really know what it is like to have the life that you're here to create for your very, very best self and for the others, right? You have a purpose for being here, and we're here to discover what that is so that you can truly be in your power 24/7, 365. Really, that's the goal for Earth 5D. Today, I'm excited because I have my mom here. She's a wonderful person. I'm going to talk to her about the twin flame journey. I'm going to talk to her about spirituality and the journey within, okay? So her and I and our lineage, our long lineage of divine feminine people, right? All of us are striving for that, right? To shift out of the darker feminine energy and move into the higher frequencies. So that comes with a lot of responsibility, and it comes with a whole life journey of raising your frequency, raising consciousness, and it comes with self-discovery. So the key here to creating anything of the fifth dimension, from the fifth dimension, is knowing who you are, knowing your power. And it's something that you don't have to create. There's nothing you have to create within yourself to achieve some kind of divine experience, because you are the divine. All you need to do is tap into it. You are the divine. You are that expression, that extension in and of yourself. And so through relationships, through integrity to self, through the commitment to be honest with self and integrity with self, trust of self allows that to happen throughout creation, right? I also wanted to just mention, guys, that with this divine union, with these twin flame unions, the purpose of those, guys, is to connect, bridge the opposite energy of yin and yang. That, of course, happens within ourselves, okay? And so when we're talking about the twin flame journey, it's not about what, how to define it, right? We get so hung up, like, what is the twin flame journey? What are the 5 steps? What is this magic equation? But I want to really be clear, guys, that the twin flame journey isn't a magic equation. It's what you are on this planet. We are all learning to become our own divine union inside of ourselves, right? We're all learning to bridge the male and female energy, the hot and the cold, the dominant and the passive, right? We're trying to bridge that within ourselves, and that is mirrored out into creation through the expression of the love of a man and a woman, or a woman and a woman and a man and a man. It's not about the sex, right? It's about the energy, right? So sometimes spirit brings big polarities together, right? Bigger polarities together. Why? Because if we can bridge this polarity within and without, then we have more harmony on the earth. Then the life isn't so crazy out there, right? Everything starts within. And the world is hungry and in need of divine feminine energy. It's essential now. So that's why so many of us are stepping up, right? And saying, okay, how can I be of service? How can I be of service to humanity? How can I live my journey as a divine feminine to help others? All right, so I'm so glad you're here. Much love. Let's get into it.
So in a twin flame, it's not like a duplicate of yourself.
Right.
Your twin flame, in my case, was almost the exact opposite of me, so that we could grow together into wholeness. As you grow up, you tend to favor certain energies or ways of being, maybe because of your family influence or society influence. You believe there's a certain way to act and behave in the world, but that's not wholeness. And so when you meet somebody that you really connect with, and in my experience, that wasn't like easy. It's not like, oh, this person is my perfect complement and this is going to be like ideal. It's not like that.
Yeah.
It's like you rub up against your growing edge, right? Is that?
Yeah, yeah.
So anytime you're expanding and growing, it doesn't come easily. There's some resistance, and I'm talking inner resistance. There's risk. There's sometimes fear. There's sometimes challenges, but you come to a point where you realize that the complementary, or the complement overpowers the polarity. If that makes sense.
Yes.
So that you have these polar energies. My husband's very, very fast paced, does everything quick. He's a big picture person. I tend to be slower, more deliberate. I have to think things out. Well, those are both good qualities, but when you combine them, you have this expansive consciousness, right?
Yeah.
So
yes.
I think it's erroneous. In my opinion, it would be erroneous to think that your twin flame is your identical you.
Right.
Right.
I do agree. It's in the polarity and the bridging of the polarity that I feel is the spiritual part, because it created in our lives, it created children who are benefiting from that, right? Too.
Absolutely.
Because I've been able to see as their daughter the value of combining opposites, and I've also seen as a teacher now the value of what it's like when two people work through this journey, because there's so much debate out there, right, guys, about, oh, what is a twin flame journey, you know, what is this? And it's like, it's not really what it is per se. It's not the defining of it, it's being in it that's the magic. It's saying, I trust you. I can be vulnerable with you. And I know, because you love me, I can be vulnerable and trust this opposite energy. Yeah. Yeah. And that takes you within and learning to be vulnerable with yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I would say a twin flame union is fabulous, wonderful for the couple, but that's not the end result. You are coupling, you're becoming a couple to broaden the world, to take that love, to take that wholeness out into the world.
Bye, guys. Lots of love.